Still a bit warm here in Florida, but really all things considered, a wonderful fall afternoon for football here in Tampa at Raymond James Stadium. Today it's week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here, as it'll be the Philadelphia Eagles taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
McLaughlin to kick off for the Buccaneers.
3-0 versus 0-3. Will current form hold? We'll find out as we're off in week 4. And this one fielded in the end zone. It won't be returned, so it'll come out to the 30. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Allen. Throw left side complete. That's Brown. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 43-yard line.
To the air, Allen. And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. Philadelphia picking up the first on a gain of 15.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Here's Allen. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
This is an offense that's near the bottom of the league in rushing, so defensively coming in, you've got to know you're going to see the ball in the air a lot. And that time, it's a completion and a first down on this opening drive.
Allen going to audible to a different look.
Middle. Half 10. Regular.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. To the right side, and he's got Moore complete. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3.
That's another Eagles first down. 1st and goal, Philadelphia.
Now they'll audible to something else. Quick throw here by Allen, complete. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Leads to 2nd and goal at the Buccaneers' 3-yard line.
Bigsby. And he'll get it down close to the goal line, but not quite in. Looking to cash in on this opening drive. Here's 3rd and goal.
Hey, tight. Out. 5 wide. Gun.
Now Allen. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Mecole Hardman His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Eagles are on the board first here on the road in Tampa. Elliott good on the extra point. And that makes the score 7-0.
Buccaneers, nothing. Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
First and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Now Mayfield and the Bucs come up on 1st and 10 at their own 21. They'll start on the ground with Irving. And a short pickup to about the 25. You look at this Eagle defense. They were terrific last week in the win over the Rams.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, do you now decide that I can't throw the ball against this team and try and run it like crazy? Or do you challenge them? This is going to be fun.
Point it right, point it right, point it right. Watch out.
Mayfield. There's a short one taken in by Otten. 7 yards there and a first down.
7-yard gain.
The Bucs had 0-3 here to begin the campaign. And you hate to have to say it this early in the season, but getting close to must-win time, is it not?
And I totally understand why you expressed it that way, because it's
A heavy rush, and down he goes. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15.
At the 26-yard line.
Mayfield now. Under pressure, and they got to him again. It'll be a loss of 5 there as the safety blitz winds up paying off. So now make that a 2nd sack for them on this drive.
And, Brandon, we hear it every week when we go out to do a game. Everyone talks about playing complementary football. Their offense goes down and scores. They see that, and they want to back them up, and that they did, getting 2 sacks on this first drive.
On 3rd down, they go with Irving. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Oh, a big decision here early. Look at this. They're going to go for it on their own side of the field. A bit of a jump there, CD. He breaks the line, and that'll be 5 yards.
And you've got to stay more disciplined than that, Brandon. That's just a free gift to the offense.
A lack of discipline defensively on 4th down, and now that leads to a 1st and 10. Throwing, Mayfield. A back foot throw there is incomplete.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
2nd and 10. Mayfield on play action. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 42. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. So they go from one 42-yard line to the other as they come up now 1st and 10.
180! Regular! What's up?
Play action now. Here's Mayfield. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Nick Bonito coming in there to record the sack. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game. I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped out, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. And the Eagles with a dime look. 6 DBs on third down.
Hurry, hurry! Up, up! Done!
Now Mayfield. Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. Ja'Cory Bennett has it. And the Eagles will have the football as this is taken up past the 30.
31-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
Regular. 319! Alert! Gun. Where's that?
From the gun, it's Allen. That's going to be caught by Bigsby. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. Another big play as they get 28 out of that one.
This one was all about clearing space for this play to work because he's got to leak out of the backfield to his right and then angle his way up the field. And a really pretty throw to put it on him and create the big play downfield.
Allen going to throw. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage.
Brings up 2nd and 5. At the Bucs 15-yard line.
Alert!
In motion left comes Brown. Throwing now is Allen. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds.
7-yard gain.
Josh Allen, very athletic at 6'5", showing the versatility, picking up the first on the scramble.
At the 8-yard line.
And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Josh Allen with career touchdown number 70. And the Eagles have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. And maybe that was just a case of completely overlooking the guy holding the football.
It certainly felt like it, didn't it? Because on my checklist, okay, as a defender,
QB's last.
running back, fullback, heck, jet sweeps nowadays. Before you even get to thinking about the quarterback might actually keep it.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
25-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown. So decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan? Or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
At the 26-yard line.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. They'll stay on the ground with Irvin. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. 41 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Here now, 3rd and a yard.
Real. Good. What's up?
To throw, Mayfield. Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. Picked off by Jihad Campbell. Second straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to unnerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one? Or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
56. Alert. Half.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. So after the INT, it's Allen. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. And the Bucs force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. They are in an interception mood on defense. Had 2 nice interceptions a week ago. Now 2 here in the first half.
Yeah, we call it ball hawking. And the only way to truly be good ball hawks is not guessing. It's not just simply anticipation. It's study and understanding what they like to do and beating them to the spot and creating big plays.
Well, they're watching the film, and it's working. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started.
Good.
And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit, like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
16 yards.
That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down.
And a nice job by the 2 of them to not only connect on the pitch and the catch, but to carry over their practice work to the game field. They saw the adjustment by the defense, made an adjustment themselves, and picked up the first down.
On 1st and 10, here's Irvin. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. But Nick Bonito not letting him escape there. He was in instant pursuit off the snap and dropped him behind the line. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0.
Regular. Done.
Mayfield off the play fake. And he rifles one incomplete.
This is a half where not just the coverage, but the entire defense is setting the tone in this game.
12 yards to go.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Hurry. Pistol. Hey, alert 33. Point it right.
Here's Mayfield. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 42. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
We got it. Up. What's that?
Play fake. Mayfield. Eagle pressure. Too much this time. Down he goes.
A loss of 4
Jonathan
brings up
Grenard.
2nd and 14.
That is now 2 sacks for him here in this
47-yard
first half. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon.
Real. What's that?
Mayfield to throw it. This one taken in by Otten. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 26. A gain there of 21 yards.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they're having panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a first and goal.
Good. 180. Scott.
They go play action. Mayfield. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
One thing you hope to see out of a rookie tight end is a real concentration when the ball's in the air, and I'm not sure that he didn't, but he has to be prepared for people making a play on it when that ball's up for grabs.
Alert, alert, alert. 180. What's up?
Going to the air again with Mayfield. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on third and goal?
180. Regular. Hurry. Run. Done.
Mayfield looks to throw. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Once you get into the red zone, space is at a premium for receivers to try and operate and shake themselves free. That one's incomplete.
The offense stays out there. A big challenge here from this far back, but they're going for it on fourth and goal.
180. What's up?
And again, it's Mayfield. He'll try to do it himself. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They can't hook up here on the fourth down pass attempt. And this 11-play drive is going to lead to nothing on the scoreboard. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they'll begin inside their own 10, so field position certainly not in their favor here. And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the first down marker. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half.
Alert! What's that?
Allen. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And he'll be out of bounds near the 30. In fact, right on the 30. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
At the 30-yard line.
Allen now looks to throw. And a throw right sideline is complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10. Now Allen. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. This is a 49-yard attempt, right hash. The kick by Elliott is good. And that will do it for this first half. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
A very one-sided first half, 17-0 our score as we get going in quarter number 3. And able to get this out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. Running the toss to Irvin. And nowhere for him to go again. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. Call it no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a third down. They're losing here in the third quarter, maybe trying to get the ball outside, bust a big play. Obviously didn't work there.
Yeah, and while it didn't work, I really can't fault them for trying it. You and I have talked to the offensive coordinator, and we knew that was the place they wanted to try and go. And sometimes you just have to stick with it because 2-yard gains turn into 20-yard gains as the game goes along.
Otten brings it in over the middle. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means fourth down.
There's another example what defensive coaches constantly preach, not allowing any run after the catch. They gave up a few more yards than they wanted to, but they were able to get him down quickly and force a fourth down.
And boy, is he close. Did he get there? No, they're going to say he's short of the line to gain. Well, at this stage of the game in the second half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter? It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen if they had any chance of winning this game.
He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
His running ability has been an extra dimension of their game plan thus far. For once, though, he doesn't create any magic against the front that's prepared for him to try and take off.
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Tank Bigsby, 29 yards. And the Eagles are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Elliott good with a PAT. And the lead is now 24.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
And they work this out past the 25. 63 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
I'd have to say that was a pretty darn good run right there. They had 8 in the box, still able to burn them. They've got to consider themselves lucky they only gave up a first down and not a touchdown.
First carry for Kenneth Gainwell. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
Oh, that was a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Nick Bonito picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th.
Looks looks like another empty possession here, partner, and I don't think with 3 scores down in the third quarter, they can truly afford any more the rest of the way.
No, especially the way. And they're going to fake it from deep in their own territory. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt. It doesn't work out. And, boy, possession here turns over with a football already being in the red zone. Now a timeout called for by the defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
Alert! Alert! Hey, home! Look out!
To throw, it's Allen. And it's caught. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1.
It's a gain of 16 yards. And an Eagles first down.
On 1st and 10, it's Bigsby. Now he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
Middle.
At the 2-yard line.
Hey, tight. Half.
Here's Allen. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his 2nd incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit. A lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
A gain of a yard. It's now 4th and goal.
Middle. Half. Stop. Out. Regular. What's that?
Allen will look to throw for it on 4th. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Hollywood Marquise Brown, his first touchdown on the year. And the Eagles take the chance on 4th and goal, and it pays off with 6. Elliott good on the extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. On the return is Sean Tucker. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Well, the disparity in this game, it just seems to grow with each possession here, Charles. They are really struggling. They have not put up a single point, and on the other side, the points keep piling up and up and up.
So you know the frustration level has to be rising, right? So they've got to find a way to quell that, because otherwise they certainly won't get anything done in this one. Keep diving deeper into the offensive playbook, but bottom line is don't quit competing.
Back now in Tampa. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. Mayfield. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
The offense on third down, it's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. Baker going to give it to Irving. And he'll lose yardage on this one back to the 13. He'll give up 6 yards there on the loss, and it'll bring up 4th down.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Boy, and now they can't even get a playoff.
Penalty accepted, and that pushes him back 5.
Mayfield and the troops staying out and going for it on 4th. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Oh, hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. The Bucs trying on 4th down but come up empty. And now, boy, the ball's going to go over on downs here inside the 10-yard line. Now, this is a nice little gift wrap situation as they take over 1st and goal. Here's Allen to throw it. That's complete right around the 8. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown.
Tank Bigsby
With his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year.
And the Eagles are going to be moving to 4-0 as they extend their lead. Boy, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. It's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up this secondary. A clinic on how to attack the defense and take them out of the game.
Elliott good with a PAT. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
And with a well-placed kickoff, that's what these new rules can do for you, as he'll be backed up to start this drive.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started.
On the ground, it's Irving to start the drive. Now he's loose at the 40. 103 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
A great run, but, you know, this is probably where the offensive coordinator is saying, geez, we could have used a couple of these earlier in the game.
Yeah, he's probably telling the head coach, well, talk to the run game coordinator about that. I just call the plays. We should have had this going right from the beginning.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Once again, it's Irving.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. They follow up that gigantic gain with the tiniest of pickups, 1 yard.
2nd and 9. Straight ahead, it's Irving.
And he's going to take this close to the first down marker as he stopped at the Eagles' 39.
He's brought down at the 39.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
180!
And they'll try and run for it with Gainwell. And I don't think he got there. No, they stop it right where it all started. Give him a yard on the play, and he's definitely short. It'll be 4th down and a few inches. And they'll try it down with Irving. And, boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there. Mike Tomlin takes a shot here, but to no avail. And that will force a turnover on downs. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go.
5 wide.
Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
If you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, give him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Alert! What's that?
To the air, Allen. And that's caught inside the 30. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Starting to really smell a 4-0 start right now. Can't ask for a better first quarter of the season than that.
And you're not supposed to look ahead, but guess what?
You're going to?
They have to, because when you get to if you get to 4-0, you're not just thinking playoffs now. You're thinking about, okay, this team has the capabilities of winning a Super Bowl. They could very well be the best team in the NFL at this moment.
I think they played the best. I mean, there have been a few hiccups offensively and defensively, but probably the best team we've seen, right?
And has the ability to get better.
Elliott on for the extra point. Now, this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
Buccaneers, nothing. Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. I don't know what was going on there, but the end result, this is going to be a safety. Things are just going from bad to worse now. It's a safety that does them in here, and that is one frustrated offensive unit.
They can't get out from under their own shadow right now. I mean, I know this is the NFL, but could you imagine a college crowd right now? Imagine what they'd be doing. They'd be chanting, "Start the bus," because they think this one is over.
Chase McLaughlin to kick off for the Buccaneers.
Now, after the safety, remember, they also need to give up the football, and here's the free kick. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Now Allen. He's going deep for Brown. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Partner, you and I have struggled with this for years. You've got the lead. Just take care of the football and burn some of that clock. But there's something to be said for not taking your foot off the gas as well, because you can never have too big of a cushion. That one, though, falls incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10. From the gun, Bigsby. And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47.
It's a gain of 13 and a 1st down for Philadelphia. Hate to be blunt, but it is just continuing to prove to be the case that this O-line is manhandling this D-line right now.
They deserve to roll up their sleeves and show up their biceps, because they're doing exactly what you just described, manhandling the defensive front. They've got the leverage, they are powering through, and they're controlling this game.
Another run by Bigsby.
And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. So Allen's going to look to throw.
At this juncture, CD, you normally see teams pack in the passing game. They've got the huge lead. Not them, though. They're still taking their shots.
I remember reading in past history, there was a college football coach in the Hall of Fame whose nickname was Close the Gates of Mercy. He wasn't really big on that. He was big on go ahead and scoring. He's kind of reincarnated right here. We're watching it in front of us.
A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy, because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out, because this one, it was over a long time ago.
He's got his target. That's complete.
4th down conversion plays. You usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward.
Here's a give to Bigsby.
And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9.
This is a 2nd and 4, ball at the 9.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Now a handoff to Bigsby.
And he'll take this for a short gain on what will prove